Mark Dolan tonight, and the People's Hour, in which I'm taking your video calls. If you'd like to be part of a future show, drop me a line right now, mark@gbnews.uk. Now, the Sun newspaper report that the father of four, Dan Taylor, was criticised by his neighbours for putting up his Christmas lights and decorations too early. Well, he's blasted them as Killjoy Scrooges, as his inflatable Santa appeared in early November. That's not a euphemism. So it begs the question, are Christmas decorations a much-needed source of joy at this dark time of the year, or are they tacky and outdated? We've got another story of a woman that was abused and trolled for having 10,000 lights in her house because she enjoys the Christmas decorations so much. So let's now speak to and get the views of Francis in Salisbury. Hi, Francis. We're just getting a line to Francis right now, so if you bear with us. I've always been a big fan of Christmas decorations, but here is Francis. There he is, Francis. You don't have your decorations, but you do have your gorgeous dog, whose name is?
Chaos.
Lovely Chaos. Look, it's great to have you back on the programme. Great to see Chaos again. Will there be tinsels around those frames behind you come Christmas?
Yes. And some lights, lots of LED lights. I'm not going to spend too much. I'm afraid I live in a small flat, so I can't go and buy a native tree. So I've had to buy a fake tree, but last year I was having an amputation, so it's sort of a bit different this year. So I can actually celebrate. And I think the important thing about this time of the year is that Christmas, and we must remember it's Christmas. I know we are still quite a proportion of secular people, but the majority in the country, of a minority, admittedly now, are Christian. And we must celebrate Christianity for what it is, which is a festival of light, of carols, of Advent, the story to the birth of Christ. We started Advent last Sunday, 27th of November, and it will carry through to the night before Christmas Day. So it's a festival of light, making up for this bleak midwinter, which this year is very bleak. So I'm very much in favour of everybody lighting up, heralding, the new year. Some of it may be a bit tacky, but that's personal choice, isn't it? And I'm not against people who want to invest in lighting up everything. I wince sometimes at the cost of what they're doing in this sort of straitened times. But, come on. We've got to try and enjoy ourselves, not be shut down by these bleak monsters that just want to kill us off. No, Christianity. Let's celebrate the birth of Christ, the build-up to the birth of Christ, with light, with carols, through our Advent, engage all our children in what is and should be a great festival. We should avoid mammon, and I accept that some of the secular side of Christmas has got out of hand in terms of buying Christmas presents and things like that. But no, let's just reflect. It's religion. It's a great festival. All the other religions in the country respect Christianity, as indeed we respect Diwali and other religions. So let's be positive. Let's be very positive. Yes, some of it will be a bit tacky. Never mind. That's personal choice. But I enjoy the fact that so many people go to such effort to brighten things up.
Absolutely.
When life actually is pretty dodgy at the moment.
Well, look, Fergus has got his tree out. You can see that there, Francis. It's a whopper. Size is everything.
Well, mine's not going to be much bigger.
Yeah,
mine's
well,
only going to be 4
that's not what I've heard. And Andrew's got some kind of Christmas character with him. It looks like an emaciated elf.
Yes,
and I'm sure that Amanda...
You're not the type of bloke who's got a couple of blow-up Santa Clauses in his garden as well.
How did you know? Let me ask all four of you, raise your hand if you think that Christmas decorations are tacky and outdated. No, they're not having it. How about the Freds? Boys, what do you think? Because I think it's a class thing. I think it's snobbery. And sometimes you go to these rather posh middle-class households and they haven't got anything up, just a couple of sprigs of holly.
I think that's probably
Which
true.
I think is rubbish.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I think it's a real shame. I'm not a religious person particularly, but I do think it's a real shame. If you drive down Oxford Street, all the Christmas decorations up until, I don't know what they're like this year, have been very secular. You know, there's pictures of stars and moons.
And it's all happy holiday.
And it's happy holidays.
Happy holiday, yeah.
I agree. I completely agree. It's a religious festival. And I think even if you're not religious, you should not be ashamed of admitting that that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
And I agree with Francis and Salisbury. I think we should just unclench, let people do what they want to do.
Yeah,
too right. And there are so many non-Christians who love Christmas too. My thanks to the fabulous Richard and Fred Fairbrass. Right said Fred, who will return to the programme very, very soon indeed. And thanks to my fantastic viewers who tuned in and took part in the People's Hour. Michaela, Amanda, Andrew, Fergus and Francis. If you want to be involved, then join this gang next week. Mark at gbnews.uk.